please welcome. This is your self-care routine, your journey, a safe space for you to be just in a very loving community and just work on yourself. So welcome to my new babies, and welcome back to all of my retarded babies. Mama loves you, and I'm gonna go give you some kisses. I spoil you too much. Psych. So, we're gonna get started. We start our session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I touch you? Okay. Close your eyes, relax. Keep your eyes open if you want to see what's happening. It's pretty much this, but relax, okay? Inhale. Exhale. Dear universe, in all of the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass our lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. Okay. Okay. And let your Ashe be in the wind, or your chi, or your Reiki, or your life force energy. Many different cultures and customs, and to explain this phenomenon, which is life force energy, and that's really kind of the basis of energy healing. And so as you go around the world and you go throughout time, there are different examples of energy healers, shamans, and I'm using the word shaman, but understand that where you go in the world, they have their own distinct name, distinct practices, but it really is just the human experience within those cultures, trying to explain this energy or this connectedness that we all have access to. And I think the really cool thing about it is you get to choose based off of your lineage, your culture, and your understanding and your choice where or how you want to consume that information. There's no wrong answers. There's no right answers. It's whatever makes you feel comfortable. And that's what this self-care journey is about. Just giving yourself permission to make yourself feel comfortable. So let's get into the finding love. I'll work on the aura a little bit, and we're just going to get right through to it, okay? Finding love starts. You already know where I'm gonna go. Right here. If you do not love yourself, if you do not have self-respect, and if you do not learn how to value yourself and prioritize yourself, it's really hard to expect that you will receive that from anyone outside of you. And if you do receive that and you're not giving it to yourself, it starts to look very codependent. Sometimes people will love bomb you in order to then try to siphon your energy off on the back end. Or maybe you might be the person energy vampiring. It's no judgment here. Everybody is on their own path. I think sometimes it might appear like there's just bad people and then there's good people for these things that just happen in love. We've all been on both sides in love. And if you think you haven't, then you probably have. But at the end of the day, a lot of the things that people do, whether it is to not see how beautiful and how valuable they are, or to try to use fear or these other love. But our parameters, our expectations, our goals, our value systems that we think love is completely bonkers. We haven't reevaluated it. We built those systems from pain, from discomfort, from trying to live out other people's dreams or expectations, from taking that, energy on from other people. And it's almost like if you can figure this out, if you can get this love from this, weird system that we all have within us, if you can get it, it kind of rights the wrongs of all the past. It's like those parents who try to live out their life in their kids because then it, makes everything better, but for them in their past. But the reality is you can't live through someone. You cannot control someone. They have their own dreams and hopes and things like that. So understanding and finding the right love is you need to question what you value as love, because a lot of times trauma, codependency, these things are being kind of wrapped up in a blanket and presented as if this is love. I'd die for you, I'd disrespect myself for you, I'd sacrifice myself for you, I'd make myself look foolish, all of these things to show how much I care for you. That's toxic. That is not an environment that is really good for the nervous system long term. That doesn't even make sense. Oh yeah, that might be cute because then in a very big external way you can tell other people, friends, families, the collective community, look at how much this person likes you, because you think that those demonstrations would reflect them holding you down later on in life. First and foremost, life is hard enough. You do not have to do all that, or you do not have to expect that from other people. And understanding that love, when it comes from within, that stuff on the outside is going on the inside too, okay? So that's why we have to take a look at ourselves, and the way to get over that energy, if you just feel like, oh, it's never the right person, is you really have to love and deeply love and nurture and take care of yourself. You really gotta wine and dine yourself. You really have to be okay being alone. That doesn't mean you're not out there dating. That doesn't mean you're not out there, trying. But the core of your focus during this time of healing and rejuvenating and regenerating your energy is yourself. So you have to have enough courage to say, I want to see myself. I want to see the beauty here. I don't need someone outside of me to validate it. I'm going to see it within myself. And the things that I feel are beautiful. And beauty isn't just the physical, it's the energetic, it's the mental, it's all of that kind of stuff. The things that I feel like are beautiful, that's what I want others to value, or that's what I would like to value within other people. And that, at the end of the day, everybody has their preference. Everybody has, what they like, their style. But it's deeper than that. And I am in no way telling anyone to go against what their external preference is. That's your business, But make sure that the preference you like and you want is based off of something that you like and you want, not what you have been told to like and want. Or maybe you like a variety of things, a variety. Think about SpongeBob. A variety of things, okay? So, finding that love. Now, love it shows up everywhere in a very similar way. So if we have that love stuff happening in relationships, it's happening in friendships and family. And sometimes you have a hyper focus in one area. So say you're a relationship person. Maybe your friendships don't go through that kind of stuff, in your family it doesn't go through that kind of same dynamics. It's a little bit more balanced, but it's just love, Or maybe you're a friendship person and you got the big friendships, a lot of stuff happening, but maybe love not so much, and maybe family yes or no. sometimes you can have all three. And then on top of that, how you feel about yourself. Now, there are certain times where we might feel like, well, family is fine, my community, collective friendships are fine, love is fine, and I just don't feel good. Now, if that is a space, then we're dealing with the soul, the esoteric, and medical. So soul, esoteric, medical, and I'll just kind of break it down to, let's just say, the spirit, spiritual, energetic, energy, and medical. Because if all of those other things are pretty much fine, but you still feel like, I just don't feel loved. I don't feel the love. I don't have that. On a soul level, on an energetic level, the soul is seeking and the soul is searching, and maybe you're trying to find a deeper love or connection with the divine, the universe, what some call God, some call, other cultures call different things. And if you don't have a connection, or you don't want to use that language, that's fine too. Whatever it is for you. I tell you all the time, it's not my business to tell you what to think. That's your business, and feel free to change it and go. This is an inclusive, collective space where a lot of people think a lot of different things. We just here to feel good about ourselves. But yeah, trying to understand this phenomena of the unknown, that connectedness energy between me and you. So that's one experience. And so that can lead us to wanting to enrich our knowledge of spiritual, energetic, esoteric, things. It can be religious in certain instances, because we're looking for a deep divine soul love, and understand that that is the same thing as self-love. If we're looking for that, if that's the main thing, we are looking for self-love. And if we're looking for self-love, we are connected to that, whatever that is for you. So that's what's going on there. And then I also say on the medical side, and I actually talk about this when I go on my nutrition or my nutrigenomics kind of rants, where there are certain medical conditions that a person can have in which just the homeostasis or the balance of the body is off. And I'm not talking about what I think some people think, which is, there's just something wrong with the brain chemistry, which, yes, I'm trying to say, but they kind of think about, I was just born this way with something wrong with this. And kind of mutations in which people are just born with these kind of deep feelings of sorrow and sadness and anxiety and depression aren't as frequent as we might think. But it doesn't mean that the person isn't experiencing those things. What may be happening, and I go on these rants all the time, is that we have common micronutrients, our vitamins and things like that, that are off. And they're throwing the systems in our body off. And when those things are off, some of the byproducts are anxiety, depression, brain fog, feeling exhausted, all of these other things that we may be attributing solely to trying to recover from traumatic experience, or just that's just how the brain is. So there's multiple levels, and of course those other things matter too. So when we're looking for this love, we gotta narrow down, what do we truly want to focus on? And you can focus on an array of things, that's completely okay. But it's not, don't put all the pressure in one place. So if, family, friends, and love are feeling good, but it's these other areas I'm talking about, don't put the pressure on the family or the friends and love to make up for, this is where you need to explore. If those sides are pretty good and you need to balance something over here, out here with this family, friends, and love, don't put the pressure on this. And what this looks like is, it looks like religiosity, where someone gets hyper focused in their religion, and instead of working on the dynamics of developing emotional intelligence and communicating with others, they kind of just feel like I'm very stuck to obsessive is they feel like, oh, this is the one area where, this supersedes anything else. You see it actually a lot in religion. Oh, the religious aspect supersedes everything else. So if I have behavior that is unhealthy for me here, no one's going to say anything about it. That's why a lot of times, and this is just my personal opinion, you see people suffering from mental health related episodes kind of just running freely and unsupported in certain religious dynamics, almost in a kind of way to keep them there, keep them in that kind of dynamic. Because if they are obsessed over something that is not unhealthy, but also a byproduct is being a devout, whatever that is, the poor behavior or the unhealthy behavior or the self-damaging behavior is still allowed to run free. Now, I said all of this to say to you, when it comes to finding love, we work on multiple levels, we work on multiple levels, and I will really kind of open you up to say, if you're really pining for someone, like you have somebody in mind and you just want them to think about you, I know, because I'm like, they're thinking about you right now, but you want them to think about you, just understand that what is for you will be for you. You can't force anybody, to want you. Now, can you make someone think about you, make them, manifest them into your life? Of course you can. But do you really want that person? Now, on the other side, so you're in a space where you're like, I've worked on myself, I'm working on myself, and I'm ready to be in a happy and healthy relationship. The person just has not come yet, and I want them to be thinking of me. You could do that too. Now, let's be honest. You're the only one who's gonna know. You're the only one who's gonna know. You could tell me, Jet, like, hey, I'm looking for, the latter, not the former. I would know the difference because, that's up to you. That's up to you to regulate those kinds of things. So, you have in every ability, the ability to find the love that you are looking for, that you are seeking in your life. And you do not have to be afraid. You do not have to be fearful. It is coming. Be patient, but work on yourself on these many levels that we're talking about, and don't be afraid of one area. Sometimes people don't want to go down the esoteric or the medical aspect or the self-reflecting aspect or seeking help from a healthcare professional or a mental health professional or communities and collectives or an energy healing practitioner, or, as I prefer, a combination of all of these, great energies to help. Some people don't want to, but it's okay. See it like this. Don't see it as I have a problem that needs solving. See it as if I am lucky enough to afford or have access to all of these people that can help me take care of myself, I'm going to do it. And along the way and along the journey, you think, oh, the love, I want this person, to be thinking about me. But really what you need to be thinking is, I want my doctor to be thinking about me to resolve this. Because you can find somebody, it ain't hard to find somebody. But it may be hard if you have been misdiagnosed with certain issues, to balance those things internally, So take the pressure off yourself and get a little bit more balance. So, unconventional approach to finding love, but you know me, unconventional kind of gal, okay? So, sweetness, I hope you have enjoyed the session, babies, and I just try to sprinkle, self-confidence on you each and every day, because it is important for me that you are out here thriving, happy, healthy. Confidence is key. Okay, sweetness, I just want to let you know that I love you, but who cares that I love you? The only thing that matters is that you love you. So love yourself a little bit more,